One of the biggest annual gatherings of conservatives in the U.S. kicks off in Grapevine, Texas today. Thousands are expected to attend the 4-day-long Conservative Political Action Conference, also known as CPAC. A number of well-known figures spoke at last year's event, including Elon Musk and Vice President J.D. Vance. President Trump also delivered a major address. But things this year may be different. CBS News political director Fin Gómez joins us from our D.C. bureau with a preview. Fin, good morning. Always great to see you. The president will apparently not attend this year's event, at least according to the current schedule. Why is that? And who of note is going?
Yeah, Errol, the president is poised to skip CPAC for the first time in a decade. And he's not alone, because neither J.D. Vance, Marco Rubio, Ron DeSantis, nor any major potential 2028 contender is scheduled to attend. On Friday, Trump is actually set to speak at the Saudi Arabia's Future Investment Initiative Conference in Miami instead. But some observers that I spoke to point to a broader drift. Some Republican critics say that CPAC has become more focused on fundraising than the grassroots MAGA base. But who is there? Steve Bannon, the close Trump ally, and Senator Ted Cruz from Texas will be headlining the speakers list, along with cabinet members like Education Secretary Linda McMahon, HUD Secretary Scott Turner, and Dr. Mehmet Oz. Also, Tom Homan, Trump's borders czar, is scheduled to speak, as well as Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton, who, as you know, Errol, is challenging Senator John Cornyn in that bitter runoff in Texas. But Cornyn will not attend. But there's still no direct word from the White House as to why the president will not be attending this year.
Okay, so you do have some big hitters going. Fin, some fresh new CBS News polling this week showed Americans are divided over the war with Iran. The president's MAGA base stands firmly behind him.
Yeah.
How are we likely to see that play out at CPAC?
Look, this is clearly going to be a big topic at CPAC. The war in Iran has contrasted with President Trump's America First pledge against foreign entanglements. He ran on that in 2024. But the MAGA base, as you stated, is highly supportive of his efforts with Iran. According to our own CBS poll, an overwhelming amount of MAGA voters, over 80%, supported the Iran strikes and the president's policy towards Iran. But the White House has been pushing back hard on any talk of inter-party fractures, but there are fault lines. Steve Bannon, again, that close Trump ally, has warned that if the war becomes a hard slog, it could cost Republicans conservative voters ahead of the midterms. Senator Ted Cruz is on the other side. He's called Trump's decision exactly right with Iran. So expect a split screen, if you will, here at the CPAC on Iran. But the majority of the folks, however, as we stated with the poll, do support the president's decisions and policy with Iran.
All right, we'll see how that plays out. Fin Gómez in our D.C. bureau. Thank you, Fin.
Thanks.